as you were born and then for the past 21 years?
Well, when I was a kid, my favorite player was Danny Heatley when he played for the Senators. And then Heatley in 2009 got traded to the Sharks. And I remember at the time, oh, look it's Danny Heatley now playing with these two experienced vets in Thornton and Marlowe that have been productive forever at the time. That's what everybody was sort of saying. And, you fast forward 11 years later, Heatley's out of hockey, and he was the youngest of that three. And Thornton and Marlowe are both still going strong, especially, Joe Thornton is on the Maple Leafs, and he's had a really good start to his season. Then, Patrick Marleau, obviously, like you said, breaking the all-time games played record. It's remarkable in this day and age, just the physical toll that hockey takes on the body. No disrespect to Gordie Howe. He's Gordie Howe, one of the best to ever do it. You can make the debate that he's the best player of all time, but, just the physical toll, the difference in the style of hockey in those eras, Gordie Howe's compared to Patrick Marleau's, yeah, it's really, really something to play that many games in this day and age.
I think playing that many games on
60 points, he was really good, goal scorer. Don't really miss him, but yeah, Max Pacioretty.
You're a Nick Suzuki guy?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, before when we walked in here and you guys said 2009 was an option, probably would have picked Danny Heatley just because I liked Danny Heatley growing up. But I instead went for the guy that they traded him for, which was Milan Michalek, and I picked the 2011-12 version of Michalek, which is like the sole reason I think the Sens ended up winning that trade when they let go of Heatley. He had 35 goals and 25 assists that year, which was outrageous production alongside Spezza and Alfredsson for the Sens that year. And he was an all-star, and the all-star game was in Ottawa that year, so that was pretty cool. Ottawa had 5 all-stars that year, which is kind of insane. But, yeah, Milan Michalek was a lot of fun that year. I really liked him as a player.
How many points?
60.
Sorry, okay, I wasn't listening.
Yeah,
35
goals,
25
assists.
Another thing.
60 points.
Another thing. Milan Michalek had 60 points.
Yeah,
Landis
Cogs hurt.
Okay.
Lafreniere, Byfield, that's been the discussion. Who do you guys have number one? It seems to be the consensus is Lafreniere. Yeah. There are people out there who think Byfield should go number one. What do you guys think?
For me, it was always going to be Lafreniere's spot to lose, and he's done nothing but show growth this year, and he hasn't really lost that spot. He's done nothing to lose that spot, lose the right to be the number one overall pick. So I think until something crazy like that happens, he's got to be the first overall pick to me.
Yep.
But I think stuff like Craig Button does, where he puts Stützle ahead of Byfield, like Lafreniere is the clear-cut number one, Byfield is the clear-cut number two, and then there's the rest. Like, I think something like what Craig Button did is just like literally clickbait stuff. Like, to me, that's just ridiculous. It's the same thing when Sam Cosentino from Sportsnet put
Sam
Capo
Cosentino is not.
Yeah, but he put Capo Caco at number one last year. And, everybody knows, not because he thought Capo Caco was better. It's because he was doing it for clicks. And
there were a lot of people like
Sam Cosentino at the end of the day is very similar to Craig Button.
I don't think so at all.
I think the Kako Hughes, obviously, I think the key piece
was... We're 5 minutes and I haven't said anything on this yet.
Nick's here.
Yeah, go ahead. Nick is also here.
I am here, can confirm. I think you're sort of alluding to it, Luke. My main issue with it is, like, I don't care that he said it. I care that he said it when he said it. This is, at the end of the day, Coach's Corner is a hockey segment on a hockey broadcast on a sports platform. I don't think anybody can get mad at him for voicing his opinions on Remembrance Day, on wearing poppies, on immigration. That's his opinion. I don't agree with it, but that's his opinion. He's entitled to that. Anybody who has that opinion, shares that opinion, is entitled to that. I just have an issue that he, and this is not the first time, has used his platform as a hockey broadcaster and person who is highly thought of in the hockey community to voice these opinions. Because, if somebody else who had an opposite view that was like pro-immigration, pro-anything, and was using the platform the same way, I think we'd hear flack about it. But I feel like he's gotten away with it for so long just because he's Don Cherry. And I'm surprised Sportsnet fired him. I agree that this was a fireable offense for saying what he said. But again, it's not about what he said. It's about when he said it. And it's not right.
And if we want to look at the message itself too, sorry, Luke, real quick, the message itself, just the fact that it was you people.
Yeah,
I think it was the you people.
Exactly,
it was the targeting the immigrants, saying you love our honey and bread or whatever he said, and and you won't wear a poppy. It's like, well, it's not just, it's anyone should wear a poppy, but the thing is, like, part of like the freedom and stuff is the freedom to choose what to do, and if you don't want to wear one, you don't have to, and all that stuff, right? So I just thought, I don't know.
Correct. And there's lots of people like voicing up on this saying, I'm sorry, Luke, I'm going to say one thing. There's lots of people like voicing up on this that, usually don't converse about hockey much. And I think that's part of the problem. Like, I'd say it's sort of like the loud crowd that are like, don't watch hockey consistently, but they know who Don Cherry is, like the older crowd that are getting really more upset about this and what's happened in the whole fallout of this whole thing. But at the end of the day, people will argue, oh, well, you're getting in on his freedom of speech to say what he wants. But at the end of the day, he's free to say what he wants. But in this day and age, in 2019, I think it's okay to know that you can't say certain things without repercussions. I think that's the important message here.
Go ahead, Luke.
Well,
Go ahead.
It's interesting.